Hi, I'm Isabelle, and welcome to Life with Isa. This week, I am setting up my 2026, which basically means that I'm thinking about what the hell am I going to do next year?
So it's going to be busy, it's going to be cozy, and it's going to be my midlife. So come along and let me inspire you. It's the end of the year, and like I think everybody else, I am sort of looking back at 2025 and just reflecting on how my year has been. And it's been quite the year. Last year, around this time, a little bit sooner, I had to make a decision. Health wise, I was not in a good place. Mentally, I was struggling, and physically, I was also not in a good shape. So I made a decision, and that decision was to put my health, my mental health, and my physical health number one, which basically meant that instead of trying to grow my online business, I went back to find myself a job. And I did. So, in the beginning of this year, I started to work again for the Dutch government. And I have to say, after last year, I'm very happy that I did that because the job is great. I have great colleagues, and I'm really having fun in my work. This also meant that 2025 was going to be a completely different year than the previous year of 2024. So I needed to find myself new routines, new habits, and I all of a sudden had way less time to do my hobbies and stuff because I was working again full time for a boss. At the end of last year, I did not know if this was the right decision because you never know when you start working in an environment again. How are your colleagues? How's your boss? Do you really like your work? But I have to say, it has been absolutely great. I work as a process management specialist, and it's something I'm really good at, and I love my colleagues. And there's so much to do at the agency where I work that I'm really, really happy that I made this decision. For 2025, I also sort of gave myself this mantra like, this is gonna be my year. With everything I did, I was just convinced that this was gonna be my year because the 3 years before that, I really had struggled. And to make that decision and go back to work and quit your online business, that was quite a large decision and a big decision for me. It felt like I was failing. It felt like I wasn't good enough. But to have that mantra of this is going to be my year, that really helped me to stay positive in everything I've done the last year. Every year I set myself goals, and I did that for 2025 as well. I set myself about 4 goals. As I mentioned, my health I put on number one because I needed to. Another one was that I really wanted to get financially healthy again as well, due to sort of the failure of my business. My bank accounts were like all zero. I gave myself the purpose of not spending any money on other things than like mortgage, utilities, food, and all those kinds of things. You know, the expenses you have when you just live. And the other one, the last one, was I really wanted to go to Edinburgh and Scotland. I reach all my goals? No, absolutely not. I didn't go to Edinburgh, and weirdly enough, that's because of my first goal, of not spending any money. I found it really, really hard to spend money last year because my goal was to save as much as I could, and to then spend at least €1,000 to go to Edinburgh. I was like, I can't. I sort of can't. I had this mental blockage of trying to spend that kind of money, and that felt really weird to me. And I'm trying to let that go. but I did save a lot of money this year, so I'm really happy about that. So that goal I reached. I didn't go to Edinburgh. My goal of my health was not only mental but also physical. Um, the thing I really wanted was to have a normal weight, a healthy weight, and whatever figure that then is, I didn't really care. I just really wanted to have a healthy weight. Am I there yet? No, I'm still in the category of overweight, but I have lost over 20 kilos. I feel so much better. I have a lot of energy. I exercise again. Not too much though. A little bit of yoga here and there. And I like to hike and walk a lot. But overall, I'm really happy the with my health and how I got there last year, because I've been struggling with health and food and everything that goes with it and everything that goes with being obese for as long as I can remember. Well, it's almost 40 years. So to now have like this healthy relationship to food and to my weight and losing weight as well, a healthy relationship with that instead of going into the extreme, that has been a game changer last year. And I'm happily continuing that into 2026. Another thing I wanted to do was to declutter. I did that a little bit with my wardrobe because, well, things got too big and I bought new clothes, so it didn't all fit. But for the rest, every time I wanted to declutter something, I found myself just replacing it somewhere else instead of getting rid of it. And I sort of wondered why. And I think I found out what it is. And a lot of the times, it has to do with sentimental value of stuff, and or it has memories that I'm probably not willing to let go yet. But and I don't think I had the right why. And I think for 2026, my why is better, is more me than just, oh, I want to declutter, I want to have less stuff. So this goal, decluttering, is also one of my goals for 2026. So what are my goals for 2026? Well, first of all, number one, health. Again, I want to continue on the road I've been on. I want to focus more on being more active. Like I said, I've been doing a little bit of exercise, a little bit of yoga, I've been hiking and stuff, but as a woman in my 50s, I really need to pick up the strength training, but I want to do that gradually. I want to do that starting with once a week. I know people always say, you need to do this three times a week. Yeah, I know that. I've tried that in the past, and I went from doing it 3 times in a week to 8 times a week, because I go into the extreme. I know that is a habit of mine, and I really, really want to make sure that does not happen. So for me, it is vital that I build it up slowly. Another goal of mine is more relaxing. Last year, I did take holiday off work, but I didn't go on holiday. And I really want to go on holiday this year. So for me, I really want to go 2 weeks to Norway, rent a camper van and just explore Norway. So that's really what I want to do. And also digitally detox then. So use your phone for navigation, but not for the rest. And I've set myself the goal on going away 4 times this year to for a weekend, to somewhere where there's no Wi-Fi, where reception is crap, so that I really can do that digital detox. Just, sit by a fire, read a book, walk in nature, and really be alone with my thoughts and stuff like that, to just relax and get out of the rat race of being constantly online and on social media. I really, really want to do that. So for Q1, I want to go to Belgium, to the Ardennes, and the rest, I don't know yet. We'll plan it. But Edinburgh is on my list as well, as I'm going there around my birthday, I've decided. So, yep, it's finally going to happen. I am going to Edinburgh. Another goal is decluttering, and this year I really want to focus on my why. And the why is that I really want to have less stuff, because it all takes energy out of me, and it also means that I don't like cleaning. Basically, I don't. And the more stuff you have, the more you need to clean, or it's difficult to clean, or difficult to, put stuff away because there's no space anymore. So I really want to declutter, because I want to live a more minimalist life as well, only have the things I really, really need, and to stop myself also from buying stuff that I don't need, because overconsumption is really something I'm worried about. I see it so much online, people with their Primark hauls or their Shein hauls, and I'm like, why do people do that? I don't want to be like that. So minimalistic lifestyle, decluttering, also a very big goal of mine. Does that mean that I will never buy stuff this year? No, of course not. But I will be more conscious about what I'm buying, and do I really, really need it? And so I'm curious on how that goes, because I can be very impulsive. If I'm in town and think, oh, that's nice, that would look lovely in my kitchen, I usually buy it. So it's going to be a challenge on how I'm going to do that for myself. Of course, there are other things that are really important to me, that is spending time with friends and family, doing my hobbies. I love music theatre. I love singing, dancing, and acting, and I have no project yet as of yet, but we'll see. Maybe something comes along. Now, how do I keep track of my goals? I made a vision board where all these kinds of things come together. You see the Edinburgh on it, you see healthy food on there, you see my clothes on there, and I have this as my background on my laptop. I have it also printed out and put on my desk in my office. It's also on my phone, so that I'm constantly reminded of these are the things that are important to me, and because I need the visual reminder of why am I doing the things I'm doing. Planning wise, do I plan the whole year? Well, not really. Usually I plan about a quarter, like the first 3 months, in detail, and after that it's just, I have the big things obviously I have in my calendar, but like my holiday in September, or going to Edinburgh around my birthday, but the rest is not planned at all. It's not, because otherwise I tend to do the tasks I'm supposed to do in August instead of the ones I'm supposed to do in January. So that's why I stop myself from doing that. I learned that lesson in the past. I also set myself mini goals, especially health-wise. Like I said, I've lost about more than 20 kilos now. So I set myself little goals, like I want to lose 25 kilos. And then I want to hit like 70 kilos. And then I want to lose about 30 kilos. And then I want to hit 65 kilos. Those kinds of things. So like it's in increments of 2-3 kilos. Because otherwise I get overwhelmed. If I put a goal in my health, like, oh, I want to weigh, say something, 65 kilos, that's just too far away. That's too much. And then, when I'm on the scale, it just feels like, oh my God, I still have so far to go. So I set myself mini goals, and I don't only do that with my health, but also with other things like decluttering. Like, for instance, mini goal, just declutter all my jeans. If I've done that, happy girl. Then we move on. And so the same with becoming more active. Once a week, we start with once a week, and then when I do that consistently, then we go up to 2, instead of trying to be active already 3 times a week, which doesn't fit into my calendar at the moment because I'm too busy. what am I going to do in the next couple of days? It's right before Christmas. You see my lovely Christmas tree. And I am going to work out my plan for January. What am I going to do? When am I going to do what? And put that obviously in my Notion, and continue also the habits that I've already started many years ago, like writing in my journal every day. It is something, it starts my brain up in the morning. I get rid of all the things that bother me, and I ask myself questions, and usually I answer them as well, because it's something I really have to do. If I don't do it, I feel anxious in the morning. I also journal on paper. I have a bullet journal, Leuchtturm, 1917, B6, no, B5, big one. And I do it on paper. And the reason for that is that it helps me to slow down. And it really does something to my brain, because if I just type it in, these are doing the work and not this. So, is this a reset at the end of 2025, going into 2026? Yes, but also no. I will continue with the habits I have created last year and the path I've been on. And, you know, this time last year, I made that big decision not knowing how it would pay off. And it has paid off. I will go on and keep on that path. I like my life the way it's going right now, and all the things I do, and all the things I have. Is it perfect? Of course not. No, because nobody's life is perfect. It never will be. But it's always. But I'm happy with the life I live. I'm happy with how I plan things. I'm happy with the things I want to do, and it's been quite a journey the last couple of years, especially last year. But I'm finally feeling like myself again. And that's also one of the reasons why I really wanted to start Life with Isa, and take you along in my life as a 50-plus-year-old woman, living her best life, or trying to live her best life. And I take you along in what I find important and how I do things. Am I saying that you should live like a minimalist? Of course not. But if I can inspire you on what you really want out of life, then I've reached my goal. I'm just done with all the bullshit. I just want to be me, speak my mind, and if it resonates, it resonates. If not, that's fine too. So that's my reflection on 2025, on my last week of this year, and little rituals make life meaningful. And thank you for joining me. Bye.